Good morning, everyone. It is the 31st of October. It is the last day of October and it is Halloween. And my internship coach is still ill, so I have another day off. And I am going home to my parents today, and I will hopefully find a pumpkin somewhere and carve it, because that is something I've always wanted to do, and I never have, because it's not such a big thing here in the Netherlands, but it seems like so much fun. So I'm going to look for a pumpkin. And if that's not going to work, then unfortunately there's no pumpkin content for you. But, you know, whatever. And, yeah, I hope to be finishing The Death of Mrs. Westaway today, so I will at least finish another book in October. And I hope that I will be able to read a little bit more of Ninth House, because, oh my goodness, have I been reading that book for a long time now. And oh, it's so difficult to get through. Not because it is boring or badly written or too difficult for me, but because it is so intimidating, because I really want to like it. And I do, but it is just like reading Queen of Air and Darkness. I have so many high expectations for that book, which I normally don't have, because I'm very good at separating my because I'm very good at not having any expectations and just enjoying the thing as it is. But because this book has been hyped so much, and because I have hyped it for myself so much, it is very difficult to get through just because of how intimidating it is to me. I really love The Death of Mrs. Westaway. I am about 3/4 into the story, or maybe a little less than that, more like 2/3. But I love it. It is still not really a thriller in my opinion, but that might happen anyway. Don't know yet. But I so want to know what has happened to these people and what will happen. I cannot. I need to finish this book ASAP. Oh my god, I think I just predicted the plot twist in this book. I'm not gonna say what it is because spoilers, but if it is what I think it is, I don't know, that would have been, I don't know, I would still like it though. But the fact that I can predict stuff like this, that is a little bit eh. But okay, nothing to do about it. I finally finished my moth mittens. And I am watching The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina again, because I love it. But I only have to duplicate stitch this pink onto there. And then they're done. I've woven in all the ends, so there's nothing to do about that anymore. And I can't wait to wear them, because it's been chilly out and I want to wear these. And a friend of mine, Ilya, pointed out that they could be in reference to Strange the Dreamer, which I love because I love that book. But they're not meant that way, but I could see them that way because, you know, they're moths. So I'm very happy about them. They're done! I'm so happy about them. I can finally wear them and I'm so happy. I started these more than a year ago and they are finally finished, and I love the moon faces on the bottom. And for anyone who wants to knit these, for anyone who knits, I don't know, they're called the Underwing mitts, and you can find the pattern on Ravelry. The birthday present that I got for my parents came in the mail today. Let me try to get it out of this thing with one hand. Would you look at that? And I can put my camera right in there. Not now because my camera battery is empty, but it gives light and it's dimmable. This just brightens out the entire room. Isn't that freaky? Okay, this, I still need to find some sort of solution for my glasses. Am I not pretty? I mean, this is better. Because now you can actually see the thing in my eyes. But, no, I actually can't see. So, there's that. I mean, right now I can just film in front of my bookshelves. Like, standing up. Isn't that great? With lighting. But without my glasses. I guess I should just get contacts. But I love my glasses. I love the way they suit me. And without, I feel a little bit naked, but I don't think there's anything to be done about that. So yeah, it'll just have to be like this for a while. But I'll figure something out. This is way too bright. Oh my goodness. Even though I'm filming this on November 1st, because last night I just wanted to go to bed early because I was very tired. I wanted to close off this month's reading and vlogging by quickly going through all the books that I've read and telling you what I rated them. So this month, and I don't know how, I'm looking at my laptop there which has Goodreads open, I read 14 books. And I am still reading Ninth House, so I'm not counting that, but I am at 70%, so that is still a sizable amount of book. That would have been one book if it was a smaller book, so keep that in mind. So the first book I read was How to Make Friends with the Dark. I have this book in Amsterdam, so not here with me, so you'll have to do with this beautiful picture. I rated this book 4 stars because I really enjoyed it, and it was a beautiful book. Then I read Sabrina, Season of the Witch, which was also a lovely book to read. The vibe was very much the same as the TV show, which I love, so I give this also 4 stars. The next book I read was Serpent and Dove, which I really enjoyed the premise and the story, but there were some problematic things that I wasn't really into this story as much as I hoped, so I gave this 3 stars. Then I read Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. This was the first thriller I read this month, and I read it as an audiobook and I loved it, so I give this 5 stars. The next audiobook that I read was The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. This was a beautiful book. I loved it. It was so creepy. And it really made me afraid to listen to it in my parents' house because it's such a big house and there could be people around every corner. So I give this 5 stars because I enjoyed it so very much. The next book I read was another genre, which was All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. This book was beautiful. I cried. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It was perfect for me. Because I love a romance with flawed characters, and I loved it. I loved it so much. Then I read My Lovely Wife by Samantha Dowell, and I gave this 4 stars because I really enjoyed the story, but it wasn't my favorite ever, but it was still very good. The next book I read was a reread, and that was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which I obviously gave 5 stars because of nostalgia and because I love Harry Potter so much with everything that I have in me. So I could not give it 5 stars because this is one of my favorite books of all time, and it will always be. Then I read City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. I really enjoyed this story. It is a middle grade about a girl who can see ghosts in Edinburgh. I love the city. I love the characters. It was great. I give it 4 stars because I don't know, it could have been a little bit longer for me. It felt very short and everything felt very fast. But that is of course also because it was a middle grade, but I still really enjoyed it, so 4 stars. And then I read Neverworld Wake, which I gave 3 stars. However, I am still thinking about this book and I really want to reread it in a physical copy because I read it as an audiobook, and it felt very I felt very confused when I was listening to this because a lot happens very quickly, and if you listen to it and not pay attention fully, you really can lose the thread of the story, and that is what happened to me. So I gave this 3 stars, but I will read it again and I bet that will up my rating. Then I read Every Heart a Doorway. When I first finished this book, I gave it 4 stars, but then I kept thinking about it and how great it actually was. So I upped my rating to 5 stars because I loved it so much. And I just could not stop thinking about it. So I will definitely read the sequel very soon, after I finish Ninth House. And then I read Tell Me How You Really Feel by Aminah Safi, and I loved this book. It is a female hate to love romance. It was beautiful, I loved it, and I gave it 5 stars. It was amazing. Everyone should read this. Loved it. The next book I read was The Land of Yesterday by K.A. Reynolds. This is also a middle grade about a girl whose brother dies, and then her mom goes to the land of yesterday to look for her brother. And it is all about grief and depression and dealing with that in a middle grade format, which was beautifully done. And thank you, Rachel Marie, for making me aware of this beautiful book, because I loved it, and I gave it 5 stars, obviously. Then the last book I finished this month was The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. I had filmed a little bit about this yesterday, but turns out I didn't film it, but I took a picture of myself. So, but I loved this story. It was great. It wasn't really a thriller per se until the very end, but I loved the story. It was so, it really took me in, and I couldn't stop reading it until I finished it. It was amazing. So I gave it 5 stars. So I had a very good reading month. I don't think I have ever read so many books in 1 month. So it's definitely because of this vlogging thing. Because it motivates me so much to actually read, which is great. Because if I keep up like this, I will read so many more books at the end of this year. And my Goodreads goal was 40 books. Greatly surpassed that by 49 books, so I'm perfectly fine. So thank you all so much for watching. This was the last day of Vlogtober. I will be doing weekly vlogs because I love this too much. And yeah, thank you again and goodbye.